So, we're now joined by a gentleman who, he may have a world record, he may have a #1 album, he may have written a couple of books, had his own film, nearly played 3,000 gigs, but he wouldn't look good bald, would he? No, it's Frank Turner.
Wouldn't look good bald.
I don't think you would. Don't think you'd do it.
My dad's bald, but my grandfather kept his hair until he was 96. Didn't even go grey.
That's impressive.
But my dad went bald when he was like 22.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all right, I think.
Yeah, I just don't think you'd suit bald.
I did, when I was a hardcore kid in my youth, I used to shave my head like #1 all over and look like I was in Minor Threat or whatever. And then my aunt, who is an unforgiving, I love her, she's an unforgiving person, told me I had a badly shaped head.
See, I was correct.
And I grew my hair out.
See, I can pull off bald, but I don't have a world record or albums or books.
So we're equal.
Yeah.
There we go. Lovely.
I think that's how.
How are you doing? How's it going up there? Are you all right?
Yeah, well,
you're all right.
Yeah,
you're
good.
fine. You're fine.
Right, there
It's all hypothetical.
That's how you start an interview on the weird. It always is with you, but
I love
it's the
it.
best.
Yes.
So
excellent. It's nice to see you. Do I have the world record number of appearances on Voice FM?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
I think this is. I want to say 22.
Jesus Christ, really? Wow. Okay, there we go.
I think on average it's 2 times a year for the last 10 or 10 years.
Well, good. It's always nice to see you.
So obviously, there was the world record attempt which you passed. Which
yes.
I saw you in London. I was at the Underworld.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
And then I was meant to be at the Brook as well, but my car decided.
Your car broke down.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
I was so tired because I got up at like 1, drove to the Underworld.
Jesus.
And then I was sat.
Tree, my tour manager, was saying that she was getting live updates off you or whatever, and it's like Simon Cars broke down, and it was like, oh no.
Because I was trying to make it, and then I got back to Southampton, I think about 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh no.
After being up since.
Has your car been fixed now?
No, I had to get a new one.
Oh. Is it nice?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Just more money than I didn't want to spend.
Well, true. So you got a nice new car?
Yeah.
It's a happy ending.
Yeah, you got a world record. So,
Yeah,
again,
there we go.
Equal. That's all this interview is now, is we're just going to be comparing things.
Yes, love it.
But not that way. See, that was a success. And then obviously we've just had 2,000 Trees last weekend,
Yes.
which we saw you at, and just another fabulous show.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I actually did 3 shows that day because I hate
Got
myself.
greedy.
Well, they kept asking, and I kept saying yes because I'm a moron. I must admit, the Camp Turner show that we did at 11 p.m, it was really fun. But like, we finished the main stage. We had a great show. It's a really energetic show. I had a shower, and everybody else was just like, that's us for the day. Have a glass of wine, chill out. And I was just like,
nope,
I have to do another gig. And I had a moment of being like, why do I do this to myself? But one of the reasons I do it to myself is because I need to get to 3,000 shows by February next year, and we're a few short at the minute. So,
oh, really?
Well, I mean, by design, in the sense that you don't want to go over. That would be worse.
Yeah.
But it's possible. There's a few other territories we're hitting between now and then that we haven't announced yet. Soon. But ultimately, it's better to have to come in a few short, because I can just run around bothering people who run pubs for a week.
What a week! I'm just going to bother people in pubs.
Yeah, I mean, it's
show up with a guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Does anyone mind if I play 5 songs? Do you know what I mean? And then I'll add to the camp.
True. I mean, we are looking forward to Show 3000. Which
Thank you. Me too.
We got tickets for that, and it's going to be awesome. Ali Pally, it's just going to be huge. 10,000 people on the floor.
It's nuts. I mean, the thing about that show, in all honesty, like, my management were a little like, it's a big show. It's been a long time since we played Ali Pally. Do you know what I mean? And we were like, that's a lot of tickets. And then I was like, no, we should do it. So we booked it. And honestly, Charlie, my manager, and I had this conversation where it was like, so it's 10,000 tickets. We were like, if we get to 9,500 by the day of the show, I'd be pretty stoked with that. Probably tell people it's sold out. Do you know what I mean? But, let's just see how we do. So we put it on sale at 10 a.m. And at 2 p.m, Charlie called me and went, 7,000 tickets. I was like, excuse you? The whole thing went by the end of the first day, which was completely mad.
Yeah, you broke the internet again.
Yes, I know, and it's not my fault.
What I found quite funny, well, not funny, but is because the internet, people tend to moan a little bit. And there was, when you announce like these shows, obviously very small for you. Like, I was like, okay, 1865, something's going on. bigger
Yes,
than this.
sure.
And I did actually kind of predict that it was going to be Ali Pali.
Oh, very well.
Because I was like,
Very well done.
it's got to be a big show for show 3000. I was thinking, you either go big or you go small. So it's either going to be the railway, or it's going to be.
If I'd done the railway, I would have been tarred and feathered and lynched.
Yeah. So
No, I mean it was always planned to sort of have a big party for it, and like, you know, potentially I guess we could have done somewhere bigger. But the thing is, it's funny when you talk about London venues. I love Ali Pali because it's 10,000 standing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, when we did Wembley in 2012, which is 6,000 standing, 6,000 seating, we did the 6,000 standing in like a day. And then it took another 6 months to sell seating, and everyone's like, "No, it's sold out." And I'm like, "No, it bloody isn't." But it's because people don't want to stand. That's probably changed a bit now with my audience because some of them have grown with me.
We're sitting right now. And it's
Yes,
lovely.
I know, isn't it great? But you know, my shows are more a standing fair. The other thing, and this is not a small consideration for me, is that at Ali Pali the disabled area can be as big as you want it to be because it's a big room and you can just put in more decking for the disabled area, and that's important to me. So. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna tell you who else is playing because I just feel like it. We haven't announced it yet, but this is an exclusive. The lottery winners and the MEFs.
Yes.
Which is going to be a lot of fun.
How did you not know that lottery was playing? You're friends with them.
Oh, yeah. Shh, everybody. No, it's going to be a really big party. It's going to be nice, and then afterwards, I'm going to take at least 1 week off.
So this is a good little segue. When I was speaking to Ben earlier, so Ben Brown, who's support actor for tonight, we were just chatting about how some certain creative people are always on. They never seem to switch off.
Sure.
Like you. You know, I make an album and then, you know, I go build a studio in my house so I can always be working. So how do you relax?
I mean, the thing is that, like, it's funny that you say that because I'm not always on, I think. I mean, you may disagree. I like being busy, don't get me wrong. But, like, I mean, I do. Like, for example, I haven't written a lick of music since I finished the last album, which was a year ago. I just haven't really felt the need. I've got 10 albums. That's enough. Good Lord. I mean, I will. I've had the first stirrings of some
this is
stuff.
not an exclusive. I'm done.
No, I've had the first stirrings of a song the other day, which was kind of nice. But, like, broadly speaking, you know, my time off, I like walking. I like reading. I like things that involve kind of silence, generally speaking. Just my working life is very loud and noisy. Yeah. And, you know, I like doing London history walks. I like doing coastal walks, that kind of thing. And then I read incessantly, and I try and get 50 pages a day under the belt.
Oh wow!
I wake up in the middle of the night panicking about the number of books that I'll never read because life is finite. That's genuinely true.
Wow.
So I read a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm currently reading Rosemary Sutcliffe on King Arthur. It's very good.
So from the outside, it doesn't look like you ever stop because, like,
I know.
as soon as you stop writing, it's like, right, we're doing a tour now around the world, and then I'm going to produce these guys. I'm going to produce these guys.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, there's a degree of presentational jiggery pokery going on there, but I'm not denying that I'm a busy person, and I like to be a busy person, and you know, particularly with this album, like the plan is to tour the living crap out of it forever, and indeed that will involve going to territories I've not been to before. So hopefully we'll be in Japan early next year, which I'm really excited about because I've never been. It's been on my to-do list for ages. But we're also going to be doing another UK tour next year, a proper one. Ooh. This one's a sort of underplay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the term people use.
Is it? I was going to say, because the venues, as soon as it was announced, everyone's like, these are too small for Frank.
Yeah, totally. But we're gonna give the people what they want next year.
So anyone who was not lucky enough to get, because show 3000, so many people didn't get tickets.
I know that. Well, like I say, that was the whole thing. It was like, all right, fine, everyone can get tickets for this, and it went in one day, and it was like, maybe not. And we discussed doing a second night, and I was like, no one cares about show 3001. Do you know what I mean? That's just not a thing. So
I mean, that probably will come up in a quiz at some point that I do for you. What show?
God, yeah. I can remember show 1001. I don't think I can remember show 2001.
Yeah, we had the game in Portsmouth, which was just naming.
Yeah, sure. It was a good game.
So actually, that will lead on to this. So this game that I've got for you,
yes,
was designed for when we had an interview on Zoom and Zoom failed, so we never got to do the game. So it's very visual, which is great when this is going on radio or a podcast.
We can do descriptions.
Maybe or maybe not. So, the prize... I can't really say too much about saying what the game is. So the prize...
Yeah.
I watched or listened to your appearance on the Two Promoters One podcast with the guys from Trees and Damnation.
Yeah.
And you said this thing was more important on your rider than anything else. More important than tequila. So, I've got a very special bottle of something, which I need
Is
to
it-
now rustle into a bag.
Is it water?
Yes, it is. This is the cheapest prize I've had to buy.
Amazing. A
We-
bottle of...
Sparkle.
hey, you could have bought cheaper. That's fancy water,
We
that
pushed
is.
the boat out.
Okay.
You did say this was the most important
Yeah, by
thing.
miles. I drink 3 litres of water a day minimum when I'm
Yeah,
on tour.
so, I was like, we could go with the tequila or we could go
I love
with
it.
the penny-saving water.
I love it. Brilliant. Okay, well, I'm in this game now. I'm sold.
Anyone who wants to be a millionaire? No. Water.
Funny enough, I was playing a game with my crew just before I came out here to talk to you, which we could play. In fact, I'm going to play it with you. Now, I'm going to very quickly preempt your game with one of my
Okay.
own. Imagine, if you will, a pint glass full of warm gin.
Okay.
Cheap, warm gin.
Yep.
Now, if I said I'd give you £1 million to drink that right now, you would, right?
Yeah.
If I said I'd give you a fiver to drink it right now, probably wouldn't, right?
I would question myself, but...
Yeah. So the question is, where's your number? Tenner.
No.
£10,000.
See, yeah, 10 grand would do a lot for us.
Yeah,
so actually
right.
That would
Yeah,
be,
no, totally, which is legit. So
Yeah.
50 quid.
No. 10 grand.
5 grand.
See, 5 grand would still... that. See, for us...
There's no shame in this.
Yeah, 5 grand would be...
My sound guy said he'd do it for 50 quid.
No.
As long as it was a £50 note and not 5 tenners.
See, I just don't like gin, though. So that's
I
also that.
hate gin. I loathe gin. And it would completely ruin your day.
Yeah.
And the next day as well,
But if
probably.
you are willing to give me 5 grand, go get me some warm gin.
Okay, 1 grand.
All right, yeah.
Yeah? 2 grand. Well, hold on. No, I'm going the wrong way. 1 grand, yeah. 500 quid.
No, the 1 grand is my lowest.
Okay, so I've learned something about you today.
Oh,
I'm not going to do it. I don't have any gin or indeed a grand to give you. But
well, that's the issue. I just don't have the gin.
okay, there we go. Anyway, right, that was my game. What's
Okay.
your game?
So this was designed. This was designed for Zoom.
Right.
And it's a game that I actually did on a little game show that I did during lockdown. It's called Charades on Parade.
Right.
So it's just charades, but with the added element of you're allowed to use items to help the person guess.
Okay.
So these are obviously your song titles because that's what
Okay.
every game is based around you.
Yes,
because it always is.
Every game ever
Yeah,
in the history of the universe.
I mean they should be at least.
So I'm sure everyone's pleased they're not. Okay.
So basically, yes. I've got a lot of props, which is why
Okay.
I have a lovely plastic bag with me. This is so high class. It's unreal.
I love
it. So I'm going to try and whiz through these and, just try and get as many of them as you can.
Okay.
So,
The road. No, I'm kidding. Letters.
Yes.
Yes. He held up a letter, and I guessed that it might imply more than one. Mittens.
Yes,
That's a mitten. I thought it was a sock originally.
oh,
Perfect score.
yes.
Yeah, that was 10 out of 10 on a notepad. That's good. I'll do the say what you see thing. Okay, we've got a flower in the flower pot.
Sunlight.
Rain.
Sunlight.
Sunlight photosynthesis. Very good.
That's my little
That
science.
threw me a little bit. Okay. That is Minnie Mouse
But-
as the Statue of Liberty.
So,
Sons of Liberty? No.
so
Thumbs up.
where is this?
New York.
Broader speaking.
America.
And you want
Oh, Make America Great Again. Yes. I've got too many songs. I forgot about that one.
oh, this is a small one. Where is it?
The budget here. It's just mind blowing. That is a picture of a bridge.
So what is it?
It's a Polaroid picture. There we go.
Oh,
This is
and then we have
keys. Shush. Silent key.
and then just
Tattoos. There we
Yeah,
go. That
was
was
an easy
easy.
one.
That was easy. That's a hat.
what sort of hat?
It's a cowboy cords. It's not really. That's like a bushman's hat more than a cowboy hat, but I'll let it slide.
Right. And then we have
Wedding score.
so
Wedding score. Marriage score.
so that was what was the first one of the score? song?
Perfect wife. Perfect wife. There we go.
Oh, this one.
Hiding behind an air vent, crouching down.
So I'm supposed
Crouching tiger, hidden
So
dragon.
you're not supposed to be able to see me. So what would I be if I just
The
vanished?
Invisible Man. Not there. I'm not there.
This
by
is one of
Bob
your
Dylan.
biggest songs. You know it. You're just making me crouch down and hide.
I am. What? I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what's going on right now.
3 words.
Am I playing? No. What? I don't know. Crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
I am.
Disappeared. Oh God. Very, very good. Very good.
There wasn't many places to hide. I mean, to be fair,
I could still see you.
my wife did have to stop me from just coming out here and challenging you to a hide and seek match because it does say you are the international champion.
Yes, I am.
Right, so we got 3 more.
Okay. Never mind the back problems.
Yep, and then
Go away.
yeah, so
Do one.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay.
and then the last one.
Punches.
There we
Yes.
go.
Very good. Very good. I feel like you ran out of budget on the last few there.
Yeah, I did. Also, I just didn't have the equipment in the house.
Right. Fair enough.
But you have. That was all of them. So
I've won a
it's
bottle of water. Woo! Excellent. I'm not going to drink it right now.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's a very special
I'll
bottle
sip
of water.
it. Yeah. I'll put it on ice for after the show. Amazing. Thank you very much. So I won the amazing. I'd like you to do the same game with someone who isn't me, but with the same answers.
Yeah. Well, I did that with Jodie and Paul from Punk on the Rocks. They made me do
Right.
the quiz that they did for you, and
Right.
you beat me. Which I'm
Oh,
quite glad.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
quite
I
glad that you
remember.
know your own songs better than me.
Yes, it's a relief, really, isn't it? Although, I mean, there are days. I mean, it's the classic thing when you forget words live. You just do the sing it business. I've been corrected. There was that whole thing in lockdown of Varley, which was to mess up lyrics, was called the Varley.
Oh, yeah.
Because Will Varley messed up his own lyrics all the time. But I mean, where was it the other day? I was playing somewhere and we were playing The Real Damage, which is it's probably not the song I played most now, but it certainly was for a long time because it was my first sort of popular song, shall we say. It's very early doors. And I had it on the set list and I didn't practice it in sound checks. I know that one.
I know it.
Did I? No, I didn't. And I just sort of got to the start of verse 2 and had nothing. Not even like a suggestion of where it went. So I had to ask for assistance, and the whole audience knew the words better than I did. So
you said about getting things wrong. Have you ever, when you go, let's just say, instead of saying we met in jail, you always go, let's say we met in 1865. Have you ever got that bit wrong?
not that bit. I did the first date of the first proper. I say proper tour. I mean a tour that had an advert in Kerrang, and we had a van. It was Million Dead. This is in September 2003. We started the tour in Brighton, and I walked on stage and said, "Hello, Bristol." It was the very first words out of my mouth on the entire tour, and it went down quite badly, as you might imagine. So, and it's like people sort of, mock. There's, do you know that Slayer had the, he's got the name of the city in the back of his guitar or on the set list or on a piece of paper on the floor or whatever. And it's like, yeah, if you tour enough, you do. I mean, I find myself when we're about to go on just kind of going, Southampton, 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 Southampton. Just because there are days where you're just like, where are we? And I mean, not so much in the UK because I'm from here and I know it better, but it's like, are we in North Carolina or South Carolina? No one cares? Or whatever, do you know what I mean? So, there's a venue in Hamburg, Germany, that has a little ramp going up onto the stage through an archway, and above the archway, the venue have painted the words "Hello Munich" in order to try and derail visiting bands, which just seems a little unfair to me.
I think that's genius. So, obviously, this tour, we've not actually spoken about it yet, is the 10th album, Undefeated.
Yes.
And we came and saw you at the Railway just before Christmas, and you played Ceasefire, and it was...
Did I now?
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice.
I loved it. I thought it was a great
Thank
song
you.
then, and then in my head, I was like, I know what I wanted it to sound like, especially with the drums, because I play drums. I was like,
Right.
There's the bit that, towards the end where it's like where you start shouting Ceasefire, and then there's the build-up.
The build-up, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that needs to be in it, and then Callum got it spot on. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
That's his best performance on the album. And
I
then
agree.
also Matt's, the piano in that is
Yes,
just
I strongly
sensational.
agree. I mean, that song. Thank you. That song, musically, I was on holiday in Cape Verde by a pool, and I started getting a rhythm in my head. And the thing, I don't know if anyone cares about this, but the way that the rhythm bit of that song works is that each instrument's working in a slightly different time signature for the play-out section. So you've got 4s on the bass, you've got 8s on the guitar, you've got 16ths on the drums, you've got syncopated 8ths on the piano. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of, it all sort of like swirls around and resolves every 4 chords kind of thing. And I was sat by the pool just going da 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 da, and my wife was like, would you stop doing that? And I said, we would have one of those holidays where we was like, leave your phones in the room sort of thing, have a bit of a, you know, digital detox or whatever we're calling it this week. And I was like, I've got to go back to the room and sing this at my phone. And I did, and it all came together. So happy days. But yeah, Callum aced that song, absolutely. I mean, this is our first record recording with Callum, and I think he aced the whole thing. I mean, he did such a brilliant job.
Yeah, I mean, every time, as with all albums, every time I listen through, like, my favourite song always changes. Like, I was obsessed with Letters when it first came out on the radio, and we played it so much, and I played it constantly. And then the album came out, and I was like, I still love Letters, but then there's Ceasefire now, and then Show People as well. And then I'm like,
thank you.
Oh, but no, I can't keep jumping in the air. It's just great, isn't it?
By the way, here's an exclusive for you as well. This is sort of true. We were talking about a music video for the song Letters, which in the end I just did with these like bananagrams letters. But I had this idea, which got vetoed by my label, which I still maintain would have made a great video, was to shoot a really kind of like 80s style soft focus kind of new, like not even new romantic, like hair metal style narrative video. Do you know what I mean? Where there's like a guy in a frilly shirt in a tower. Who's
with a massive quill.
Exactly, and he's in love with a lettuce. And you completely deadpan the whole thing. And he's just like, why won't you love me? And there's just a lettuce on a chair. And I thought that would have been really good. And my manager was like, stop taking drugs. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, maybe one day.
I know I want to see that. Honestly, I want to see you dressed up. Maybe, you know, like
the guy from Poison or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Big hair.
Big hair.
Big
hair.
And then the lettuce.
Yeah, and a lettuce.
I do love the fact because it was at the Underworld show for the 24 hour shows.
The bad idea. Let's call it the bad idea.
The bad idea. Which one? Because there was also the America 50 states. That was a bad.
Interesting question. And like, I think ultimately the American one was harder just because it went on and on and on and on and on. And there was just every morning I just wake up and just be like, why is this still happening? Whereas in the moment the 24-hour thing was harder, but it was over.
Because I had the fact at the Underworld show, just before you played Letters, you went, oh, so this song is about X, Y, Z, until 4 days ago, and then you actually got a reply.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm probably going to tell that story on stage again tonight. So brace yourself. So I mean, it's a true story. I had a pen friend when I was a teenager, and we met on a holiday. I actually never saw her again, but and still haven't. But yeah, we wrote to each other for 3 years or so, and she sent me mixtapes of punk rock stuff, and that's one of the main ways that I got into punk rock. And then it petered out, and then we played it on Lamac Live. Turns out she listens to Lamac Live, and I sort of vaguely told the story, and I think she's sort of vaguely kept a pin in who I am and what I'm doing in my life. And she dropped me a line and was like, she was like, I was going to say I don't know if you remember me, but clearly you do. But it was kind of interesting because like I still have, I'm a complete hoarder for paper. Like I've got every letter, flyer, zine. Do you know what I mean? Like I've never thrown anything away. Like from when I was like 10. If not earlier, actually, now I think about it. And so I was up, it was during lockdown, I was up in my attic and I found all those letters, and it was kind of wild, you know? It had a sort of adolescent purity to it, if you know what I mean. So, my favourite one that I found, I think I put a picture of it on Instagram, there was a letter where she explained to me who Tim Armstrong was. And I've got his phone number now.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. I mean, this is just awesome. And then, so another big thing that's coming up, which we're now coming to, which is Lost Evenings.
Yes. Oh, you're coming?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Awesome. It's going to be awesome.
We've worked out the logistics, and it's now happening. We've decided today.
That's very cool. It's going to be awesome. You've been to a Lost Evenings before,
yeah,
right?
we did the Roundhouse one.
Right, okay, yeah.
But, I mean, you've got Henry Rollins, man.
Do have Henry Rollins. And the one that I am most excited about Henry Rollins, but I'm insanely excited about Nobro as well, because Nobro are the best band in the world right now, bar none. Are you familiar?
No.
They are so good, it's kind of insane. and you will enjoy seeing them in Toronto.
Which is just mental. But yes, you got this is why I say you never stop, because we got like Lost Stevens is a massive thing that you're doing. Then like literally 2 months later or 3 months later, we then got Show 3000.
Yeah, and we've got a 5-week European tour in between the two, and indeed an Australian tour which we haven't announced yet, and some other stuff in January. But I've got to get to 3,000 before February.
What are we on now? We're
2,921. Oh no, 2,920 tonight.
See, I love the fact you always say that on stage one. That must be written down.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. People are like, how do you remember them all? I'm like, I don't. And when I'm writing a set list, I just add one to whatever the last one was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is the other thing is there are people who sort of seem to not believe my show count, and it's public domain. It's on my website.
Yep.
So
I've been through it.
Yeah, it takes longer to scroll down now than it used to.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It makes me feel like I've achieved something with my life, making people scroll for longer. No, it's going to be good. And then, I mean, there are plans for next year as well, as I say, which will include a big UK tour. So,
I mean, it's always so much fun chatting to you, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got this gig tonight, then we've got Lost Stevens, then we've got Show 3000.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Frank in our lives.
Yeah,
no,
you'll be sick of me.
In between, we've got Jimmy Eat World at the Ali Pally as well. Which
Oh,
is
very
good.
nice.
Yeah.
With Pup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Pup?
Yes.
Pup? Yeah, Pup are amazing. Such a good lineup.
You had them support on one.
On a European tour
yeah.
in like 2017, I want to say it was. But yeah, fell in love with those guys. They're absolutely amazing. But yeah, you know, there's lots coming up. It's going to be good, and I probably will write another record at some point, but just not yet.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much as always. You know how much.
Man, it's
I
always
love
a pleasure.
chatting to you, and
I've said this a million times. Well, 22 times. This is my favourite interview.
You didn't say it the first time. You were like, "Who is this weirdo? Why is he giving me a topic?"
And
quiz?"
then I fell in love.
I did give you a Valentine's card on the very first
Yeah, you did.
time.
The thing that I always remember is the badge.
Yeah,
I've still got the badge. It's on my mantelpiece at home.
which I love, and that was because you were on BBC Silent the day before, and I was like listening and going, "Oh, he said this. He said he's never made it because he never got a badge." So I instantly drove to a craft shop. I picked up a badge.
It's a wonderful thing, and I really appreciate it, man. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're looking forward to tonight, and forever more Frank.
Yes, right. I'll write another album just so I can talk to you again.
Yeah,
There we go.
We don't even need the album. I'll just show up.
Okay, love it.
Thank you. Amazing.
Always.